News at 5 starts right now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Imani Payne. Well, the big day is finally here. It is Super Bowl Sunday. The game kicks off later this evening, but at Hard Rock Stadium, where the Super Bowl is taking place, tailgate parties are already underway. Jay Gray has a closer look tonight from Miami.
For fans, it's been a week of parties.
It's awesome.
It's been a blast.
For players, a week of practice.
There could be any one play that wins or loses you the game, and I think our team understands that.
Making sure their bodies and minds are ready for the big game.
For me, it's about just trying to managing my emotions, going out there with a clear head, with the right mindset to go out there and play my best football.
But now, all the preparation and pregame hype is over. It's game day in Miami. For a lot of fans, a dream come true.
I wake up Monday morning and it was again like, the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl!
But that bucket list purchase can cost a bucket full of money.
So the average price is somewhere around $6,300, $6,400.
Prices this year pushed by fans who haven't been to the big game in a long time.
The Niners travel well, have an incredibly widespread fan base across the United States. And the Chiefs haven't been to a Super Bowl in more than 50 years. And so when you add those factors in, two incredibly passionate fan bases.
The experience.
As a kid, I've always dreamed about going to the Super Bowl, but even saying my team playing in the Super Bowl is a dream come true.
For many, priceless. Jay Gray, NBC News, Miami.
And another contest got underway today that is just as important. I'm talking about the Puppy Bowl, of course. Team Rough took on Team Fluff. The pups are split into two teams, put in a mini football stadium with dog-approved toys, of course, and run around trying to score touchdowns. And while the fur babies play, announcers provide entertaining commentary. The 96 adoptable pups range from 12 to 26 weeks old. A few of the pups even have special needs this year. This is the 16th year the Puppy Bowl has been held. Well, it's time now for our first check of our weather. Chiefs fan and meteorologist Bill Hecky is standing by with the details. Hey, Bill.
Hey, do you know how many times you do a dog thing and then come to me? But at least
what am I trying to say there? I don't know.
At least it was a young dog this time. We're in the mid-70s. It's been nice. Puxatawny Phil did not see his shadow, so they're going for an early spring. Armadillo Andy saw his shadow. I think we'll have off and on winter for a while. And we're looking at very nice spring-like temperatures today, and we had the winds pretty gusty. Now tonight we just thicken up the clouds, lower them, and get cooler more slowly, and your forecast coming up in a short while. Imani.
All right, thanks, Bill. Well, 6 people are behind bars tonight following a drug trafficking investigation. Clifton police announced the arrest following a months-long investigation. It involved trafficking of meth. Archie Crawford, Jimmy Taylor, Corey Spence, Shayna Smith, Hannah Boschel, and Jeremiah Robertson were all arrested and are facing several different drug charges. Officials say future arrests are expected. A Temple woman is furious after she says her car has been towed twice from her own apartment complex, and she says the apartment's towing policy and company are to blame. 6 News reporter Andrew Moore is on the case. And Andrew, what did you find out?
Imani, Sonia Hodges has lived at Canyon Creek Townhomes for about 6 months, and her lease is for a year. She has only one vehicle, but due to confusion with the apartment parking policies, she's been towed twice now, and it's cost her hundreds of dollars. Right now, Hodges says the complex has asked her to renew a temporary parking permit every month and will only let her renew it at the end of the month. And apparently there is no grace period because Rapid Recovery of Texas towed her vehicle on February 1st around 4:17 a.m. and then charged her almost $300 to get it out. Hodges says her apartment should have a clear policy to prevent this from happening, and it should be clear to the towing company that she lives there.
Why don't you know that I live here? I was like, I said, I thought the towing services were only for the vehicles that don't belong here. I said, that sticker on my windshield tells you that I live here.
Other tenants in the complex also reported parking permit issues, but they did not want to go on camera. We also found out some tenants were able to get permanent parking passes while others didn't have them. So what's the solution here? We've been digging into state laws about the issue, find out what we came up with coming up at 10. Imani?
All right, thanks, Andrew. Buckholz ISD will cancel all classes again on Monday due to a large number of sick students. This comes after the district already canceled classes for the same reason on Thursday and Friday. Administrators say many of the students are showing flu-like symptoms. Custodians are deep cleaning the classrooms. Officials say school will resume on Tuesday along with their regular bus schedule. A number of U.S. military bases will house coronavirus evacuees, including one right here in Texas. JBSA Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio is one of 4 bases that will be used to accommodate people arriving from overseas throughout the end of the month. It's unclear how many people will be housed at Lackland, but officials say personnel will not come directly in contact with evacuees. 2 bases in California and another in Colorado will also be used. There are now 8 confirmed cases of coronavirus in the U.S. Close to 12,000 people have been infected globally. Police say a missing Texas teen could be in some serious danger. 14-year-old Angelina Church of Waxahachie County was last seen January 27th. Her parents say they last heard from her when she texted them from school. Church's parents believe she was then picked up by a boy she met on Instagram. The boy told police he dropped Church off at a Whataburger in Red Oak. Surveillance video showed her a short time later alone at a Walmart. Her community recently held a prayer service praying for Church's safe return.
It's a really scary, sad world out there, and for a 14-year-old that's looks like older, but yet she's still in a 14-year-old mind, you know, she may not be able to make the right decisions, or, you know, that's our concern.
Anyone with information on the girl's whereabouts is asked to contact police. The Iowa caucuses will be the first real test for political polling in 2020. Many still accuse pollsters of getting the 2016 vote wrong. Joe Fryer now with a behind-the-scenes look at the challenges of polling and what's different this time.
In the heart of Utah, a nation's pulse is taken.
Do you think of yourself as a Democrat or Republican?
Not by a doctor, but through a barrage of phone calls made from Venture Data.
Would you say that you feel strongly or not so strongly?
This is one of 3 call centers where interviewers, many of them college students, conduct scripted surveys.
The next one is Donald Trump.
For the NBC News Wall Street Journal poll.
Hello?
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 Hello.
A job that requires a thick skin.
Oh, no worries. Sorry for bothering you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, sir.
You say it teaches you about patience.
Yes. Yeah.
Why is that?
Sometimes the callers are difficult.
Some people will swear, some people will just go off about how they actually feel.
In this era of robocalls, it can be hard getting people to pick up, yet alone commit to a 15-minute survey.
Once someone answers the telephone and understands that we are not selling anything, most people are willing to do the survey.
For this poll, 1,000 registered voters need to be surveyed, and they've got a 4-day window to get it all done.
And we have worked very hard to make sure we have a representative sample of the entire country.
Bill McInturf and Peter Hart are the pollsters conducting the survey.
Would you say the U.S. Senate has enough information to make a decision?
We need a federal...
Of course, you can't talk about the 2020 polls without asking about 2016, when many state polls got it wrong, underrepresenting those without college degrees. Voters like Don Rose, an Iowa farmer who supports President Trump.
I would say that I don't know if people put that much stock in the polls. They don't, it doesn't influence them.
McInturf and Hart are quick to point out national polls that had Hillary Clinton ahead were pretty accurate. Clinton did win the popular vote. Still, they say pollsters in 2020 are making sure their surveys better reflect groups that vote. That means taking larger samples in battleground states.
In 2020, we're going to need to analyze voters in a different way. Don't assume. And what we do is we listen to voters.
Voters like Rose, who was interviewed for an NBC Wall Street Journal poll last year. One of many voices across America helping us better understand where the country stands.
So would that be positive or negative or neutral?
Joe Fryer, NBC News, Orem, Utah.
Alrighty, still to come, how yoga is providing a second chance to those who made a wrong turn in life. Plus, we're minutes away from the start of the Super Bowl. Curtis Quillen is standing by with what you can expect during this exciting game. Stick with us.
A lot of people are into DIY these days. With a little know-how and a good YouTube video, you can do just about anything. But if you're not an expert, Handling things on your own can be costly. After a car wreck, don't risk it by taking on the insurance company by yourself. Demand Daniel Stark. We've got your back. With our no-fee guarantee, you don't pay us anything unless we win. Call 1-800-483-8300.
If you thought you missed out on a great deal, you didn't. Get a fast start to 2020 in a new Honda from your Central Texas Honda dealers. Like the fun, sporty, and spacious 2019 Honda CR-V that gives you dependability and standard safety features with Honda Sensing. Envious? Don't be. Get a deal you'll like on a Honda you'll love. Lease the 2019 CR-V LX for just $249 a month for 36 months. Shop your Central Texas Honda dealers.
Get where you're going in a Honda.
One of the things I hate hearing about Central Texas is, there's nothing to do here. Come on. There's so many interesting things to see and do here, and the list is actually pretty huge. And that's why I want to show you the very best sights and sounds Central Texas has to offer. And who knows, maybe you'll find that one thing you've always been looking for. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Check out 6 Sights and Sounds, Fridays at 5, only on 6 News. Expect more.
The Socialist Democrats want more government control of our lives. Pete Sessions is determined to stop them. A Waco native and faithful Christian, Pete Sessions has protected our religious liberty. He's defended our gun rights and Second Amendment freedoms. And Pete Sessions stood with President Trump to build a strong border wall to stop illegal immigration. Pete Sessions, a true conservative who will fight for us.
I'm Pete Sessions, and I approve this message.
Get your Channel 6 news and weather on the go by tuning into your favorite iHeart radio stations.
Welcome back. Yoga classes are helping reshape the lives of inmates at a California prison while also saving the state some money. It's part of a program called the Prison Yoga Project, which has been around for about 18 years. Inmates at the R.J. Donovan State Prison are able to get 10 days off of their sentence for every 52 hours of practice. It saved the state of California about $83,000 by helping inmates get an earlier release.
A lot of people are surprised at just how popular yoga is in men's prisons.
It humbled me a lot. It gave me the ability to, to deal with situations without, being angry.
Right now, they have roughly 25 spots in the Prison Yoga Project and 50 people on a wait list. That wait list is about a year long. Still to come, we are minutes away from kickoff in the big game. Curtis Quillen has a preview of what to expect coming up.